Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2024 season, Week 12 scores, where this weekend were played the games on the NFL 2024 season Week 12, where there were only 13 games because six games had their bye week. Their teams were Atlanta Falcons, Cincinnati Bengals, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, and New York Jets. So, for that reason, like the last 11 videos, I'm going to talk about what happened in this week, the game that were played, and also how were the NFL standings are through our 12 weeks of game. So let's start with the Thursday night football, where my Steelers unfortunately lost against the Cleveland Browns 1924. About this game, I think that the Steelers didn't play a very bad football. They were better than the Browns, but they made several mistakes in this game that costed the game. The offense couldn't score a touchdown until the fourth quarter, and they could seven straight quarters that the Steelers couldn't score a touchdown. But the Browns play a smart game and they won this game. How I told you, there were several mistakes. I think that this game the players didn't play a very bad football, but I think that the big errors were made for the stats, and the Steelers lost unfortunately this game. With this loss, the Steelers fell to a record of 8-3, but they are still leading the AFC North, and the Cleveland Browns improved to a record of 3-8, but they are eliminated. And the games that started, they were playing Sunday. The first game, a divisional game, another surprise, another divisional game. The Tennessee Titans traveled to Houston and defeated the Houston Texans 32-27. Remember that these two teams, this was the second game that these two teams played. I think that the first game were playing the week 5, where the Houston Texans defeated the Tennessee Titans. But this game, this was a very great game because the Tennessee Titans played better, but the Houston Texans didn't play better game, especially the CG throws that he threw by two interceptions. About this game, in the last quarter, the Houston Texans had scored a touchdown, and they were 1 point down. 28 to 20, 27 to 28, and the Houston Texans only needed to score to make the extra points, but his kicker missed it, and after that, the Houston Texans stopped the Tennessee Titans, and the Houston Texans had the opportunity to try to win or to tie this game, but they couldn't because the Tennessee Titans provoked a touchback, and in the end, the Tennessee Titans won the game 32-27, and they improved to a record of 3-8, and the Houston Texans fell to a record of 7-5. They are still leading the division, but they are playing a very bad football compared to what happened the last year. In another divisional game, another funny game, the Minnesota Vikings defeated the Chicago Bears 30-27 in overtime. About this game, I think that the Minnesota Vikings were better team and they couldn't close this game because they had the game under control in the beginning of the fourth quarter, but they couldn't close this game. The Chicago Bears scored the Vikings were leading by 10 point difference with less than 4 minutes to play, but the Chicago Bears scored a touchdown and they were trailing by 3 points difference. Later in the on field kick, the Chicago Bears recovered and they had the opportunity to kick a field goal. They made it and they tied the game 27-27 and they forced overtime. Remember that the last week or 2 weeks ago, the Chicago Bears had the opportunity to win the game in the week 11 against the Packers, but this field goal was blocked. But in this game they couldn't score it. But in the overtime, the Chicago Bears had the first possession. They couldn't move the ball, and the Minnesota Vikings had the second possession of the overtime. They moved it and they made a field goal and they won the game 30-27. With this victory, the Minnesota Vikings improved to a record of 9-2, and the Chicago Bears fell to a record of 5-7. And this is the fourth straight loss of this is the fourth straight loss for the Chicago. and they are practically eliminated. In another funny game, in another surprise, you can see here that the first 4 games were for divisional games, and they were surprise. Where in this was a surprise, the Dallas Cowboys traveled to Washington and defeated the Washington Commanders 34-26. This was a surprise because the Washington Commanders had been one of the best team in the NFC, and the Dallas Cowboys are eliminated. They are a very young team, but in this game they play better than the Commanders, where the Commanders had the opportunity to win this game. It happened the same that with what happened in the game between Houston against the Titans, where the Cowboys were leading most part of the game, but in the last minute or 2 minutes of the game, the Commanders, by surprise over everyone, they tied the game. They scored a touchdown, and they were trailing 26-27. But like what happened in the game between the Texas against Houston, the Commanders kicker missed the extra points, and they were trailing 26-27. In this time, they tried the on-field kick. They couldn't made it, and the Cowboys special team scored a touchdown. And in the end, the Commanders lost the game 26-34. With this loss, the Commanders fell to a record of 7-5. In this moment, they are in playoff position, but this is a straight consecutive, the straight loss that they have, and this is something that they need to worry, because they are not playing a very good. They haven't been playing a very great football in these three losses, and the Dallas Cowboys improved to a record of 4-7. They are still have possibilities to enter to the playoffs, but very close. And in another divisional game, the fifth consecutive divisional game this week, the Miami Dolphins didn't have any problem and defeated the New England Patriots 34-15. Remember that these two teams play in the week 5 or 7, where the Miami Dolphins traveled to New England and defeated the New England Patriots. I think that the 5 point difference. To be honest, that game was a very very ugly game. About this game, the Miami Dolphins dominated this game. They didn't have any problem and they won this game easily. The Dolphins were leading 30-0 in the third quarter, and in the end they scored another 31-0 in the third quarter, and in the end they won the game by 19-point difference. With this victory, the Miami Dolphins improved to a record of 5-6. In this moment, they are 1 game behind 500, and they are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. And the Patriots are one of the worst teams in the league. They fell to a record of 3-9, and they are eliminated. In another funny game, the Kansas City Chiefs traveled to North Carolina and defeated the Carolina Panthers 30-27. This game was closer than we expected, because we thought that the Chiefs were going to have an easy game and they were going to win this game easily. But no, the Carolina Panthers play a tremendous game and they put emotion until the end of the game. The Chiefs were leading 29 in the halftime, and in that moment I thought that the Chiefs had the game under control and they were gonna to win this game easily, but not. The Panthers put in motion, especially in the fourth quarter, where the Panthers had the opportunity to tie minimum this game, to tie or to win this game, but because they had the last position of the game, but they couldn't, because the Chiefs. No, sorry. The Panthers put in motion, sorry. In the last minutes of the game, where with less than 2 minutes to play, the Panthers scored a touchdown, and they made the 2 points conversion, and they tied the game 27-27. In that moment, I thought that the game was going to be an overtime, but the Chiefs had the last position of the game. Patrick Mahomes moved the ball, and the Chiefs made a field goal, the game-winning field goal, and the Chiefs won the game 30-27. With this victory, the Chiefs improved to a record of 10-1, the best record in the AFC, and the Carolina Panthers fell to a record of 3-8. They didn't play a very bad football, but in the end, they won the game. They didn't won the game. In another game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveled to New York and they defeated and humiliated the Giants 32-7. About this game, there is not much to say. The New York Giants are one of the worst teams in the league. The Buccaneers had an easy game. They were leading 30-0 in the third quarter, and in the last quarter, the Giants scored a touchdown, and the Buccaneers won the game 37. With this victory, the Buccaneers improved to a record the 5-6. They could have 4 straight losses, and they are one game behind 500. And the Giants are a joke of team. They fell to a record of 2-9, and they are eliminated. In another game, the Detroit Lions didn't have any problem and defeated the Indianapolis Colts 24-6 and Indianapolis. About this game, the Detroit Lions in this time they couldn't score more than 30 points, but they had an easy game and they won the game 34-6. The Colts couldn't score a touchdown because the Detroit Lions defense played a tremendous game. With this victory, the Detroit Lions improved to a record of 10-1, the best record in the NFC. And in my opinion, in this moment, the Detroit Lions are the team to beat because they are the best team in the league. And the Indianapolis Colts fell to a record of 5-7, but they are still in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. But they need to start to win games. If not, they are going to be eliminated. And the games that started in the second chip, the Denver Broncos traveled to Las Vegas Raiders and defeated 29-18 the Raiders. About this game, this was a divisional game where the Denver didn't have any problem. No, really. This was the Broncos battle to win this game because the Raiders played a tremendous game where they were leading the halftime 13-9 for surprise of everyone. But in the second half, the Broncos improved its football, especially the Broncos offense, and in the fourth quarter where they scored 30 points, and in the end they won the game 29-19. About this, there were some bad news for the Raiders because his quarterback Gardner Minshew he is out for the rest of the season because he broke his collarbone, the collarbone, and he's out for bad news for them. With this victory, the Broncos improved to a record 7-5, and in this moment they are in the playoff zone, in the wild card zone. So this is amazing for them. And the Raiders fell to a record of 2-9, and they are eliminated. And with this loss, this is a 7 straight loss for the Raiders in the season. What a shame of team. In another divisional game, and this was a very bored game. The Seattle Seahawks defeated the Arizona Cardinals 16-6. This was in play the first place in the division. Seattle Seahawks play a smart game, and they took advantage that they play in home, and they won this game 16-6. The most important is that the Seahawks defense didn't allow any touchdown. They only allowed 2 field goals, and the Seattle Seahawks won the game 16-6. With this victory, the Seattle Seahawks improved to a record of 6-5, and they took the first place in the NFC West. And the Arizona Cardinals fell to the same record 6-5, but they fell to the second place because they lost this game against the Seattle Seahawks. In another game, the Green Bay Packers didn't have any problem and defeated the San Francisco 49ers 38-10. The Packers play a very great game, and the San Francisco 49ers didn't present in the game because remember that the 49ers, the Brook Purdy didn't play the 49ers starting quarterback. But this wasn't a excuse because this is the NFL and you need to prepare because there is a lot of injuries every day, every week for every team. You need to find out how to fix this. The Packers dominated the 49ers and they have an easy game. With this victory, the Packers improved to a record of 8-3, and the San Francisco 49ers fell to a record of 5-6. They are one game behind 500, and it looks that the most probably is that the 49ers are not going to qualify. And this is a surprise because in the beginning of the year, I thought that the 49ers were going to win the NFC and they were going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, but the most probably is they're going to qualify. And the Packers in this moment are qualified to the playoffs as a wild card team. And in the Sunday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles traveled to Los Angeles or the Inglewood, California to defeat the Los Angeles Rams 37-20. About this game, the Rams trying to compete, but the Eagles are one of the worst team in the league. If not, in my opinion, they are gonna to fight and to compete against the Detroit Lions to win the NFC. The NFC. So the Philadelphia Eagles show in this game why they are one of the favorites and one of the best team in the league, and they didn't have any problem and defeated 37-20 the Rams. The Rams were competed in the first half, but after that in the second half, the Eagles dominate the game. They scored 24 points more in the second half, and they won this game easily, 37 to 20. The best player in this game was Saquon Barkley. He ran for 255 yards and he scored 2 touchdowns, and he's one of the in the race to win the MVP this year. With this victory, the Eagles improved to a record of 9-2, and the Rams fell to a record of 5-6. They are one game behind 500, but they are not so far for playoff because his division is very close. And the game that closed the week in the Monday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens traveled to Los Angeles Chargers. To Inglewood, California, the same game in the same stadium that happened in the Sunday Night Football, and defeated Los Angeles Chargers 30-23. This was the Harbor brothers game, because remember that Jim and John play for third time in their career, where the Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh has defeated his brother the three times that they have played. In this game, the Baltimore Ravens show why they are one of the worst team in the league, and they show it again. Something that happened to the Chargers in the season, and especially against a top team. Like what happened against the Kansas City when they played this season early, is that the Chargers started better the game because they were leading 13-0, no, 10-0 in the game, but after that the Ravens outscored them, and they won this game easily. With this victory, the Baltimore Ravens improved to a record of 8-4. They are in the second place in the AFC North. They are in the wild card position because my Steelers are leading the AFC North, and the Chargers fell to a record of 7-4, but they are still in the playoffs zone. So, who are the NFL standings after 12 weeks of games? In the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills didn't play this week. They stay with the record 9-2. They are the second best team in this moment in the AFC, the record, but in my opinion, they are the best team in this moment in the conference. They have 6 straight victories. The Dolphins fell to a record of improved to a record of 5-6. They are one game behind 500, and they have 3 straight victory. And the Jets didn't play, and the Patriots played. Both teams are eliminated because they have a negative record, and they are eliminated these two teams. In the AFC West, the Chiefs are leading this division and the AFC with a record of 10-1, and they are the reigning champion team, back-to-back titles, and they are trying to make history and to win the three-peat. The Chargers and the Broncos in this moment are in the playoff zone. The Chargers lost, but they are still there in the hunt, and the Broncos are there. It looks very difficult that two teams are gonna to win this division because it's Kansas City dominated, but they need to keep winning. And the Raiders have 7 consecutive losses. They are eliminated, and they are one of the worst teams in the league. In the AFC North, the Steelers are leading the division because they have played one less game than the Ravens. The Steelers have a record of 8-3, and the Ravens have a record of 8-4. The Steelers is almost to win the next game against the Bengals. If no, because if the Ravens win the next week, the Steelers are going to fall to the second place. The Bengals are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. It looks very difficult because they are 3 games behind 500. But they need to continue to keep winning because in this game is Joe Burrow, and they can win the games. And the Bengals, that they won in Super Bowl against the Steelers, they defeated the Steelers. They improved to a record of 3-8, but they are eliminated. And the AFC South, the Houston Texans are leading still the division with the record of 7-5. They are not playing a very great football, but the most probably is they are going to win this division because the Colts, the Titans, and the Jaguars are a very bad team. The Titans and the Jaguars are eliminated, and the Colts are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs, but it looks complicated. In the NFC East, The Eagles improved to a record of 9-2. They have 7 straight victories, and they are fighting to win this division. The Commanders that 3 weeks ago they were leading this division. They have 3 straight losses, and they fell to a record of 7-5. But they need to start to winning games. If not, they're going to be eliminated. The Cowboys are in the hunt to enter the playoff, but it looks very difficult. In my opinion, they are eliminated, and the Giants are one of the worst teams in the league. They have 6 straight losses. What a juggle team. In the NFC West, everything is very close. You can see here, the Seahawks and the Cardinals have a record of 6-5. The Seahawks are leading this division because they defeated this week the Cardinals, and the Rams and the 49ers have a losing record of 5-6. But you can see here there is only one game difference, so everything can happen, and still any of these 4 teams are gonna to win this division. In the NFC North, the best division of the league, the Detroit Lions are leading this division, the NFC and the league. In my opinion, they are the best team in the league. They have 9 straight victories, and they are my favorite team to win the Super Bowl, but it is still early. The Vikings and the Packers are in qualified to the playoffs. The Vikings have a record of 9-2. They have 4 straight victories. Is defense played a tremendous football, and the Packers are in the 3rd place with a record of 8-3, back-to-back victories. And the Bears that 5 weeks ago they are fighting to enter to the playoffs. In this moment, they have a record of 5-7. They have 5 straight losses, and they are eliminated. In the last division of the NFL, the NFC South, the Falcons are leading the division 6-5. But in this moment, they are 2 games behind the Buccaneers. No, yes, 2 games advantage against the Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers have a record of 5-6, but because the Falcons won both games, for that reason they have 2 game advantage, but they need to start to win games. If not, the most probably is because the Buccaneers are going to start to win games. If not, they're going to be eliminated. And I think that the Saints and the Panthers are eliminated, but this division you can see here that is very close, and maybe everything can happen if the Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers start to win games and the Falcons start to lose games. Maybe everything can change in a couple of weeks. So the NFL race in this moment in the AFC conference, the Bills are the first place. The Chiefs are the first place. In the 2nd place are the Bills. In the 3rd place are the Steelers. And the 4th place are the Texans. The Ravens, the Chargers, and the Broncos are in the wild card spot. And the Dolphins and the Colts and even the Bengals are trying to enter the playoff. But I see very difficult that the Colts and the Bengals can enter. In my opinion, the Dolphins are going to fight against the Broncos to be the last spot in playoff. And in my opinion, the Browns, the Jets, the Titans, the Patriots, the Jaguars, and the Raiders are eliminated. And in the NFC, the first place are the Detroit Lions, in my opinion, the best team in the league in this moment. The 2nd place are the Eagles, are playing a very good football. The 3rd place are the Seahawks. The 4th place are the Falcons. And the best wildcard teams are the Vikings, the Packers, and Commanders. So, in my opinion, you can see here that the Cardinals, the Buccaneers, the Rams, the 49ers are in the hood. But you can see here that these 4 teams, the Cardinals, the Buccaneers, Rams, and 49ers, are going to enter to the playoffs only if they win their division. Because, in my opinion, the Vikings, Packers, and Commanders are going to enter to the playoffs. Well, the Vikings and the Packers are qualified, but if the Commanders still they keep losing games, maybe the Cardinals, Buccaneers, Rams, or 49ers are going to enter to the playoffs as a wildcard team. In my opinion, the Saints, Bears, Cowboys, Panthers, and Giants are eliminated. So, in this video, I talk about what happened in the NFL 2024 season week 12 scores and who are the NFL standings are through our 12 weeks of games. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can let me any comment or suggestion in any of my social platform, and Substract, YouTube, or Spotify. So this is all for today. See you next video. Gibran.